Morning profitable mindset. Morning Asru. What's up, man? Am I tripping or what? How can I see last two green days? So I just decided to use this for evals that I'm on right now. Might as well, because like I'm gonna get no trades on my funded account for a while. So see some green on the board, boost the morale. What's up, Sagar? What's up, Kevin? Looks like we might close inside, back in the range. All right, if the price goes down, I might get a setup. Morning, Jerome. It is going down. guess I'm getting something before market open once again. So Raf, alright, this smells like a short to me. Getting kind of volatile though. Wow. What? Is the market open? Price acting like the market's open already. Alright, let's see if I'm gonna go long here now. Going long. Too extended. I'm just gonna YOLO it and see what happens. Alright, I might get tagged here.
Order
Alright,
filled.
I got tagged. Now let's pump. Let's go up like crazy. That's what I want to see. We got 2 minutes 30 seconds before market opens. So ideally, I want to be done with this trade before, if it's possible. Man, why is it coming back down? We had a decent bounce. Wow. I can't believe it's coming back down after that bounce. I might be cooked, guys. What's up, Tris? Yeah, we're not seeing the bounce, so it might just come down. All right, let's bounce right here. Let's do it. All right, the market's about to open, so, you know, it's do or die right here. $30 seconds until market open. Here we go. 10 seconds left. Oh my God. If it dips here, then I'm cooked. Oh my God, no way. No way. Come on, we can go up. We can go up. No.
Stop filled.
All right. Wait, was this a stop hunt? What if it was a stop hunt? Second day in a row. Oh my God. No, don't go back up. What's up, Daryl? Oh my God, it's going back up. Let's see if it hits my TP. All right, that was 9 a.m. 20. All right, I didn't get stop hunted. That's good. That's good. I just got the direction wrong. Morning, Ola. Oh my God, it just hit my TP right there. Why is my chart rate frozen? This was right. This was my TP right here. This wick. It just did a bigger pullback than I wanted. Holy crap. What a pump. Gotta use smaller size to withstand long wicks and random pullbacks. I mean, I used to trade 10 ticks stop loss, and I'm giving myself 10 more. And sometimes, because like yesterday, giving myself more room definitely worked out. But I don't know if I'm willing to give more. What's up, Anthony? But I mean, so far today, I'm just break even because I won a trade in Asia session and I just gave it back, so I'm break even. So no harm done. Where's the Asia session that I took? Right here. Wait, was that yesterday? This looks like yesterday. Or maybe it's today or last night. But yeah, I think this is last night. So I think we could say that was a stop hunt, even though, it went way farther, but directionally it was a stop hunt. Man, the market really does not want to give me a win during the stream. I won 3 times in a row off stream. As soon as I stream, I lose. I use 30 ticks. When I use 4 hour, I bump it up to 80. I never get stopped out. I self-manage it. But do you ever lose more than 30 or 80? Like, what's your typical, like, when you do lose, what's your typical, loss? Because mine's capped at 20 every time. I mean, and it's supposed to be less because if the trade is not clean, I'm just going to exit early. But these days, the volatility is there that I'm hitting that 20 tick stop loss every time. Even during Asia session. 40 hour, 4 hour has never been stopped out. Yeah, I'm saying if you give yourself big enough room, it's mathematically, you'll never get stopped out. That makes sense to me. But I'm saying overall P&L wise, are you taking losses? Is like, would it have been better if you cut the losers faster? What's up, Smooth? Because like this stuff, it doesn't bother me at all. Like, sure, yeah, like, shucks, it sucks, right? But it doesn't bother me because this exercise, this discipline will save me more in the long run than me missing out on some profit by giving myself more room for this kind of stuff. What is this reversal though? Rejecting right off of the hourly high here, looks like. So, is this a pullback? We could bounce here, whatever this is called. 935 reversal, yeah. True. Yeah, if you're still bullish, we would bounce right here, right? This is like the order block, whatever. Whatever you want to call it. But if we get this low, then it's like maybe we're bearish. ES and NQ are diverged a little. ES holding PDC and NQ well below it. No, because I don't use take profit, so I let my runners run. I can make 200 of 2 or 3 MES contracts. Yeah, I mean, I've tried 2 or 3 MES back when I was about to lose my live account, and I literally that's the only time I traded my 10 AM reversal, like literally no stop loss. I just let the price go wherever it wants, and I made $300, and it was nice. Not gonna lie. We're likely headed to PDL. We'll see. SpaceX down 3%. That's always fun to see. Sweep up PDL and then 10 AM reversal would be a great long setup. Yeah, that sounds pretty ideal. But I don't know if we're going to get there in time. We only have 17 minutes to go all the way down to like 16. I guess, I mean, 30 points. 30 points in 15 minutes. Maybe that's not too crazy, but still seems like a long shot. NQ is almost there. Okay. In that case, oh yeah, NQ is definitely almost there. Interesting. What's up, Miss K? I gotta buy some pet food. Money out all the time, no money coming in. That's life, you know? Same, yeah. Exactly. I mean, it looks like we are bouncing though. Honestly, sometimes I wonder how are people less fortunate than me are doing in this economy. I have a job. A lot of people don't have a job and have a low paying job and kids and bills, etc. It's rough out there. Yeah. But I mean, you'd be surprised, how resilient you can be. If there's a will, you can make it work. Because I've been that poor before. There was a time when I only had like $5 in my bank account. But I was never homeless. But it's like after you pay rent and after you pay the necessities, it's like I only have $5 left. you know, you just have to nickel and dime and get rid of all your wants. And you could argue I'm still doing that. But right now I'm more of like risk averse mindset. It's like, hey, like I could math wise live a little, but I just, now that I'm older, like I don't want to be in a situation where, right, where you have to be homeless or whatever, or worse, or some medical thing comes up. But it's all relative, right? But even for let's say middle class normal people, it's rough because you really can't enjoy life per se because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So it's probably smart. The smarter thing to do for you is to save, save, save. I'm kind of a low key doomer mindset as well. So the only reason why I live on the grid is that I don't know. I'm too lazy, but ideal situation wise, I would like live in a cabin somewhere with Starlink. you know, I don't have the money to make a bunker, but hey, if I had the money, I would make a bunker. I want to at least like have the option of like not relying on the grid or the water. Cuz like COVID, what happened in COVID kind of made me realize how fragile the whole society is. The fact that you have to get in a line to go in a grocery store is like what? Like when did we think that would ever happen? Obviously, it's a first world problem because I'm sure like maybe that's the norm in other countries, but still. If I make a success of prop firms, my plan is to buy land and put a cabin on it. Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess Everybody wants a cabin. Same here, man. It's just an option, you know? Like COVID, and when your power goes out sometimes, it's like it's dangerous for you to kind of rely on the city or whatever to city or the fire department or the police to make things better when things go down to shitters, you know, you don't know what's gonna happen. But that's a doomer mindset, so. Or a place in South Florida on the water. The thing about Florida is that I don't like the humidity, and I'm sure there are parts in Florida where you're fine from hurricanes, but that seems like a risk. But hey, like we have earthquakes here, so that's a risk too. So, and wildfires. NQ just swept PDL and rocketed. Yeah, I guess you called that. So I'm assuming you didn't enter. Ooh, if you enter on the PDL, that's clean. That is a clean entry right there. Almost 200 points up. What are these candles? Like back to back to back to back to back. Yeah. It's crazy. Looks like it bounced somewhat on the second dump right here at my entry, and I would hit TP right there. This is like similar. This is like deja vu from like, when was it? Monday? Like I get stopped out, the price goes my way, and then if it ever comes back down, it bounces off my level. That's interesting. I don't have that doomer of a mindset. I'm skeptical of a lot of things, but I think people generally are good. I've been in pretty shitty situations and people are mostly pretty good. No, I'm not saying people are bad, but I'm saying you can't control. Like, even if people are well intentioned, we messed up on so many things that things can really go bad. Like, I'm talking like as simple as the power going out, right? And if it takes like a month or two for the power to come back, can you imagine the chaos? And for something simple as COVID, well, COVID wasn't simple, but running out of toilet paper and standing in line for the grocery store, everybody's well intentioned, but people go crazy when little things go wrong. So I feel like it's kind of dangerous and risky for me to rely on that society or rely on that system, right? I just want options. That's it. That's it. Florida is getting rid of property taxes starting January 27th. That's a big deal. But I don't know if that's such a good thing. Cuz like you have to make the money back somewhere else then. There will be another setup. I wouldn't have gotten an entry there anyways. I just don't enter at PDL, PDH blindly. Yeah. Yeah. I don't see that working out every time. I see what you're saying and I understand POV for sure. Initially, people definitely freak out. We overcorrect like we did with TP. Yeah. I think just not necessarily like a doomer mindset, but just a general mindset of like being prepared for almost anything. Can't go like you can't go wrong with that. And as I'm saying this, like I don't even do it myself. Like I don't have a kit, right? So even if you have that mindset, like I'm too lazy to actually put into action, but one of these days I'm going to. I don't trust many people if something goes wrong. Yeah. Like if everybody's, out there to survive, it's gonna be like, what is that movie? Mad Max. It's gonna be survival of the fittest. And I think that line kind of that separates us from like, being survivalist and then being a societal like part of the society. That line is so thin right now. And we're dumping back down. Honestly, a bunker would be ideal because even if you're away from the society, like in a cabin, if things go down, like they will find you. Like people will start foraging and they will come across your property, and no trespassing signs not gonna work, right? So you gotta stay hidden in a bunker. But that's an actual doomer mindset. All right, I gotta order this. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. We could bounce off of this, but we're just super choppy right now. Up, down, up, down. A lot of billionaires are building bunkers right now. Yeah, I wrote about that. So I won't live as long as them, but at least I'll survive the first wave if I had a cabin. But right now, I'll die just as fast. The only thing I can give myself credit for is like I have like little bit more than water, like more water than anybody should, right? I have like probably like 20 gallons of water just for myself. That's the only thing I can give myself kudos on, but that's about it. I don't have anything else. 452.75. All right. Seems like a decent entry. Man, we are volatile today. Ooh, you got hit. That was a crazy pump, but why is it coming back down? Hopefully you get a bounce here, Jerome. That initial, reaction was nice, but it wasn't going. It wasn't getting a follow through. Oh, getting a bounce here. Shift the lines. Oh, are we? Oh, we are. Right. Okay, we're at 10 o'clock. Thank you. Didn't even realize. So, what is the 10 a.m. reversal today? To the upside? I don't know. No one knows. Yeah. We're like in the middle of nowhere. We could sweep the low again, but that would be a nice long for me. This is range trading until we got a breakout. Fade the edges if price fails outside. I mean, we'll see, We'll see if because like sometimes you think it's gonna bounce or go back inside the range, but that's when it fails. Right when you try to enter. So you really don't know how much it's gonna range. I got stopped out. Yeah. That's why you have to have some data and entry model with rules to follow. Where did you enter, Jerome? 52.75. 52.75. Oh my god, you got stopped out to the tick, huh? And now we're getting this bounce? No way. You're enjoying stop by one tick? Yeah. You might fall victim to stop hunt, just like me earlier. Looks pretty strong so far. How it goes sometimes. Well, now you're praying that it doesn't hit your TP and comes back down, you know? So it feels less bad. But yeah, it is what it is. It's part of the deal. Best to just sit on the sidelines this morning. I don't see anything. It just up, down, like Anthony said. I mean, you know, with the benefit of hindsight, maybe 10 a.m. reversal. You could argue, you know, since we're coming down 10 a.m. Boom, we're going back up. I want a breakout or a failure to trade. I'm staying out of the middle. Yeah. As long as this candle is like hovering like this in the middle, it's like, what are you supposed to do, you know? It does look bearish so far. Because like these lows seem too smooth for it to just be left alone. I feel like we need some kind of a clean flush at least. But you know, what do I know? What do I know? What's up with Wendy's? What do you mean by that? Man, we're like stuck in this crazy range right here. Just up down, up down, up down, up down, up down, up down, up down. 10 point range right here. The stock is pumping, really? Isn't Wendy's the meme where you go to work if you lose all your money? I mean it is yeah, it is pumping, but it's down a lot. It is up 27%. You're right. But I mean it's down from 20 like almost $30 to now $8. So not doing too hot. X has people talking about it like GameStop. I think it's part of the meme, you know. The meme is that you go work at Wendy's when you lose your money trading the market. So it's like, hey, like let's see, it says right here, Wendy's shares surged roughly 22% intraday to about $7.63 after retail-driven posts encouraged buying. There you go. So this could be the next GameStop, I guess. But I mean, it's already selling off, so hey, if you have money to burn, then go for it, you know? What's up, James? Trump speaking tonight. I think Micron earnings aftermarket. Yeah. I think everybody's nervous about it because even if the numbers look good, that's not good enough, right? Because we've been so hyped. The numbers have to look like super good for it to not come down. And maybe the whole market is pricing that in right now. Keeps bouncing in this range, yeah. Well, I guess my 10 a.m. reversal idea is wrong because I thought it would kind of reverse back up. But the reversal, the real reversal, happened a little bit earlier than 10 a.m. Meme stocks are stupid. I have a buddy that owns a roofing company and he has over 100K in AMC. He bought way up in the 70s a few years back and he's still holding. Yikes. I think meme stocks are fun because the story is so funny, but you kind of gaslighting yourself that this is something that, you know, that nobody's thinking of. Like there's some conspiracy going on, like with, you know, what is that called? Bath and Beyond. I think that's just silly. Because like it's like you're starting up another religion, and you can't think critically if you join a religion, and you're just gonna lose all your money. But I think it's fun to kind of speculate and kind of ride the hype. Obviously, if you buy at the right time, but don't marry to the idea, or don't marry to the stock. Do I invest long term? I took a huge loss yesterday on a biotech company. I mean, I do like a couple leaps. Otherwise, I just do index funds, because you can't gamble every part of your life, right? That's like too much risk. So if you futures trade, you can that's the only gambling you can do, okay? And you can dabble in options here and there. You can buy a couple stocks here and there, but I think if you gamble, let's say 5% or 10% of your worth, then everything else should be just index fund, whatever, boring. But not financial advice. Do what you want. If you want to bet on Polymarket your whole retirement, go for it. Just need to DCA in at $2. I saw AMC pump like 20% recently. Oh yeah, so that was very recent. It was going up from like $1.30 to almost $3. So 2x or 3x almost from $1, but now it's like dipping back down. Get ready for the pump. We are going down. I mean, you could argue that this is like a huge, you know, bear flag. You know, we came down. This is a huge leg, bear flag, and we're about to dip like a lot. Just as much as we did here. So, you know, potentially it could be ugly. Because this is a lot of ranging. I got too confident because I bought FINC, and it's a lemonade, and I don't know what FINC is. FINC. Is that a stock ticker? I thought I would be 3 out of 3. Oh, FLNC. FLNC. Fluence Energy? Never heard of that. But I thought I would be 3 out of 3. Most of my money is with Berkshire, but I buy stuff on the side. Yeah, I mean, it's your retirement, you know. So do what you want to do. I mean, when it comes to like long-term investing, the only discussion that I'm kind of interested in is like, do I buy VTI or VT? That's the only thing I care about. Do I go heavy on US stock market still, or do I kind of invest in like the total world market? Cuz like who knows where the world will be in 30 years. Anthony, you call the pump. We literally just hit the low and we pumped. Like today's a very ranging kind of day, I guess. This 1 hour candle is important than we can plan to enter. Who knows how long we're gonna consolidate, but so far it looks like a bear flag to me. Here comes the dump. All right, we'll see. Under 30% chance RDT will take another trade before 11 a.m. Ew. That's I don't know if it's that high. Yeah, I just got a CNBC notification that says something about Wendy's. New meme stock Wendy's soars 30% with trading halted at one point. What? Man, I can't wait to read about this on Reddit. Wall Street bets. There is a post on there that says we need to save Wendy's. And when this was posted 13 hours ago, it was at $6. How much is it now? Yeah. So this one post made it pump, I think. That's crazy. Here, let me find it on here and I'll link it to you guys. It's kind of crazy how just one post on the internet can make the stocks go up like that. There's the Reddit post. Do you listen to J.L. Collins? I do not. I think he only invests in Vanguard Total Market and bond ETFs. I mean, when it comes to investing in VT, I don't think you need to listen to some guru, right? It just set it and forget it. And if you think the world is going to perform better than the US in the next few decades, then you invest in VT. If you think the US is going to be the front runner for a long time, then you invest in VTI. And I'm the same way too, but people kind of project, what the optimal investment is in 30 years or 40 years in the future, and they try to kind of gaslight themselves into like finding the optimal stock to hold. Because I mean, it is true that if you pick the wrong one, by the time you retire, the difference could be like 6 figures at least. So yeah, like you have the incentive to try to kind of micromanage it, but I feel like it's a trap. You can either diversify a little bit, like VTI, VUG, QQQM, to kind of try to catch everything, but I feel like it's just better to pick one and go all in. The only time it's good to go all in is like that. And just live with your decision, I guess. What's up, philosopher? Going long, all right. Good luck, man. Green on all your accounts today. Super pleased with your performance. Very nice, man. Keep it going. I just don't trust this market today. Yeah. I mean, I doubt that I'm going to get a setup, but even if I do, I feel like, okay, maybe I need to stay out. Like, who knows what's going to happen once we sweep this high now? It's literally, it's a super big megaphone day. Screenshot of my last trade today. What platform are you using there? Ooh, Peloton up 5%. 6%. Let's go. I need Peloton to go up. I'm about to lose all my money on my leap. Mean reversion trade basically since we've been ranging. I used 9:30 to 10 a.m. volume profile for context and as a bias. Yeah, looks like it worked out. Any trade ideas? No, because we're ranging. I just can't get a win on during the stream, you know. Off stream, I'm just like on fire. Never lost. Seems no giveaways today also, yeah. No giveaways at all, ever. So it sounds like it's not the stream that's the issue, it's the time frame that you're trading. You have more success during those time windows, apparently. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that is the case so far, but that always changes, right? Market conditions change, and I can't just kind of cherry pick when I want to trade because I don't know when the market condition is going to change. So we'll just keep showing up until it happens. I guess what I'm getting at is what does your data say? What is your most successful time windows to trade and focus on those? My most successful time is like every hour. Like it all averages out to be same. Let me look. For some reason this year, the Asia session is like really great. You could almost say it's like even with New York session. This is all like back tested data, okay? So I it's not like I traded this. But I mean, Asia session is, you could argue that it's even better than New York this year so far. And you'd be surprised the 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. time slot, it's the biggest profit time so far this year. The runner up is 1 p.m. and then 2 p.m. is the only one that's negative. So yeah, I mean, the market open time is still heavily favored to make the most money. But obviously, I can't skip the afternoon because like 1 p.m. is runner up, and then Asia session is like pretty good too. So just have to trade every day or every hour. I mean, except the times that I sleep. I don't even backtest the times that I sleep, just so that I don't feel FOMO about it. Like, I don't want to stay up just because there's like money to be made in London. Asia session movement is great. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember the time when Asia would like move so much. You could argue like sometimes London's even slower than Asia. Like yesterday, like Asia session was like great, but like London was like this chop, right? So wish I could trade after hours, but us ancient ones need to sleep. I mean, I go to bed at 9 my time, 9 p.m. my time. So I'm just as ancient, you could say, sleep schedule wise. And I'm only trading Asia session on my evals. Once I get funded again, I'll probably stick to just New York. Cause like I don't want to have to record Asia session and make a video about it. Too much work. What's up, Space? These reversal candles are crazy work. I mean, these 1 hour candles, like they kind of give you a good summary of like what's been happening, right? You don't want to see this like wicks on both sides. Even here, like you get this crazy pump, but then you get rejected like that from the other side, and then you come back down, and then you pump back up, and then you come back down. Wild. And here you think we're kind of rolling over, right? Maybe we're bearish, making a lower high, but we get this pump, so who knows? Nothing's really clean today. Nothing is clean all day. I got lucky in the morning. I took a long off of the previous day close. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I remember you do trade off of that. Only because my fingers slipped, meant to go short, I took a long. Called my TP. Wait, so you're gonna go short, but you went long on accident? Back to up down. I mean, we finally broke the high here. We'll see if it chose a direction yet, or if it's gonna fail. My hotkeys button, and I was half asleep while having my baby on the lap. That's pretty good luck then. That does feel good, you know? That feels good when that happens. I mean, there's a world out there. There's a universe out there where I would have made money today, right? Just needed a little bit more conservative entry. But man, this is some crazy up down. 482. All right, round 2, Jerome. Good luck. Here's the dump. We'll see. I think what's interesting is that we don't really have a set narrative. Like, we don't know why the market's going up, and we don't know why the market's falling. Like, what's going on with the war? How is the economy doing? No giveaway today. No giveaway today. 80 tick move. Very nice. I mean, the oil keeps falling, so I guess that means the war is over. So that's a good headwind. But Bitcoin keeps falling. You're in longs. Morning, Wing Rider. Got your long on NQ. Are you out already? Or are you in it right now? What's up, Lucifer? Looks like Jerome got tagged and getting a nice little rejection. Hopefully it can keep dumping. Oh, yikes. You don't want to see that pump. Morning music. I don't know if we're bullish now. At least for today. Stopped. Yeah. It's not working out today. I've been getting cooked this week. Yeah. I've been there. Obviously, we're not gonna, tell you what to do or anything, but I'll just tell you what I learned. I feel like when I got cooked last week, last month, whatever, I feel like it's always to size down. Even though you kind of gaslight yourself into thinking you need to trade like you're trading one account, but the person that the person me right now that's kind of regretting about over leveraging back then, I wish I had funded accounts left to trade on. So I feel like what I learned is that I'm just gonna deleverage. If I have, let's say if I have 3 funded accounts, I might just trade one until that blows up, and then I'll trade the other two, and like that. 11, it should pull back. Then I'll look for another long. Looks like we're retesting yesterday's New York high. Well, we're well past that. We're just going straight up now. I just bought some more VTI, so hey, it's working out for me. Alright, we just hit 11. What a crazy 10 a.m. candle. From like 35 to 95. So 60-point move in 1 hour. Wowzer. I did scalping on my evals, done on those for the day. Took a small trade on one of those up downs. up downs. Unfunded, done for the day. Okay. I still have plenty of drawdown, but this week has not been going that well. Yeah. I think the way you should think about it is that even let's say you have $2,000 drawdown, but even though math wise you have 2,000, but emotional human side wise you only have like around 1,500, because when you're down to last $500 of that drawdown, it's like your mind goes crazy. You see me try to handle, like 500, 300 to $500 drawdown. Like you get doubtful every day. You you check. Whoa, I have a crazy like imprint right here. You check if you're doing the right thing every single day, every single trade, every single hour. So I feel like even if you think you have a lot of drawdown, when you're down to the last 500 or last 1,000, it really depends on the person. You start to spiral. So that's what I learned. Um, so I never want to be back there. So I think I'm just gonna trade more carefully. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, Anthony. Are you going to trade or are you going? I'm not going yet. I'll stay for this hour, but I don't think I'm seeing anything. Hit that like button. Wait, someone named RDT Futures just joined. How does that make sense? Oh, it's R.DT Futures. Okay, we got a scammer. We got an impersonator right here. You just got caught. On Discord, it says RDT Futures just joined the community. It's R.DT Futures. Peace out, my guy. So this is exactly why I tell people don't expect a DM, don't expect friend invite or friend request, right? Because these things will happen. And I can't be always there to look out for this. Because like everything else looks the same, took my profile picture, took my, bio, everything looks the same except the username. So if you're not careful, if you're not looking too deeply, like you're gonna fall for it. Like I might DM you and be like, you've won a giveaway. You've won a giveaway. Just give me your credit card number and I'll send it to you. Or give me your socials. Maybe I should make an announcement about this. Yeah, I'll do it after the stream. Pretty irritating because I was really close to requesting another payout and now I have to claw my way back. Yeah, that is annoying. I've had a similar experience where I was like one win away from passing and then I lose the eval. It's like kind of similar, but not really. But you can do it, man. I believe. Detach from the outcome. If your mentor is taking trades in this price action saying they know where it'll go, unfollow them immediately because they're teaching you terrible habits. Did I ever say that I know where the market is going? I think so. RDT feature should be cool to tell the scammer. Nobody knows where it's gonna go. I mean, I think ICT knows. I think ICT knows, but we just can't read his mind, you know, that's the issue. Hopefully 11 a.m. dub today. I don't know. Looks like I'm not getting anything. That's the only thing about funded accounts is the rules for payouts. I'm curious to see how hard would it be to build a $200 account? What do you mean by $200 account? You mean 2,000? If you believe someone who tells you where it's gonna go, you should stop trading. But you know, people want answers. People want the easy way and answers and someone to hold their hand. ICT knows every tick, but he is a horrible trader. But that's on purpose, you see? It's all part of the plan. $200 account using one MES contract. Would that be possible with all the rules? I feel like you would never get a payout. Either it's going to take way too long to get to like a buffer zone, or even if with accounts with minimum profitable days, it'd be hard to. I guess if you make like $200 days, it's possible. Like you need to make at least 150 with Lucid Flex for 5 days. I mean, it's possible with one MES. He's talking about a personal account? Oh, I thought he was talking about funded. So you're saying rather than putting in the $200 for a challenge, you would rather fund your personal account trading one MES. But in that case, you need to put more than 200. You need to put in at least 500. So you probably need to put in like 700. Because because of the minimum margin requirement. So if you put in $700 in your personal account and then trade with the $200 above the 500, then yeah. Most futures brokers want like 1K margin for on MES. Trade Evade is 500 for MES. Actually, maybe it's $50. I'm like confused here. 500 could be for one mini. So maybe you could trade to you should put in at least 300. Put in 300, then you can trade one MES. I'm pretty sure it's $50 now that I think about it. Maybe 1500. Yeah, because the reason I know is that I thought about this too. Like if I were to trade a mini, how much of a buffer would I need? I think I was thinking like putting in 3K to trade one mini because the minimum margin requirement. I'm talking about like, yeah, the minimum requirement is like 500. So you would essentially have 2,500 of drawdown before you get liquidated off of one mini. You can trade one MES on TradeAway with 100, yeah. Because the requirement is $50, but what was I gonna say? So if you only have $100 balance, then you have $50 to trade. Because like if your balance goes under $50, you get auto liquidated and you lose the money. So if you want to give yourself $200 of drawdown on one MES, then you gotta put in $250 at least. Still way over leveraged if you use 5-point stop loss. Yeah. I never trade mini. I only trade less than 5 micro. Yeah, I mean, you know, like it's a thought experiment. I've thought about it, but it's gonna be a long time before I trade any personal account. Because you don't know what you don't know. I feel like if you think you're ready to take on a personal account, chances are you're way too confident and you haven't traded long enough. I always trade mini. I made over 200 with one MES. Are you talking about micro? You always trade micro? Because MES is micro, yes. $1 ounce gold is $25. Or not 25 cents a tick. MYM 50 cents a tick. He means one E-mini. Isn't that the same thing? E-mini or one mini? Is there a difference? I think this is my personal preference, but the ideal buffer for me is 20 trades. Like you would need 20 trades to go wrong for you to hit your max limit. That's like where I'd be comfortable at. So, do the math. If your 1R is $250, then you need at least what, 5,000? Because like if you happen to lose 20 trades, then I think you need to figure out your strategy or do an audit. I trade micros also because I take more than 20 trades a day. It gives me more room to play and be wrong. Wow. If you trade 20 trades a day, trading micro, I feel like your fees must be super high though, compared to your winnings. There's micro E mini NQ and E mini NQ. E mini is the brand. Right, but is there a wait, micro E mini, micro E mini. Okay. Gotcha. I didn't know that. I'm saying instead of the rules, I tried Apex once and passed. Funded account. It was a hot day. It made $2,000. I didn't know about 30% consistency rule, so I stopped using the account. I mean, it's a personal preference, you know. It's like either you're good with the rules or you're not. And if you're not, you can try your personal, but I usually pay around 100 to 200 as commission daily. Yeah, that seems a lot, but your winnings, your profits must be way higher. Because if you take on that big of a commissions and fees, that means it kind of compounds when you do have a red day. Because like even if you go break even, you'd be down $200. Whatever the fee is. But again, there's no wrong or right answer. You do you. Do what works for you. We had a guy like ICT in the 90s. I used to follow him. He was pretty successful and probably would have been a lot more successful if he had YouTube. Well, is he not successful anymore? Or did he just disappear? I don't take more than 5 trades on a hot day. I'm usually around 1 to 3 trades. I mean, just try it out. I feel like putting in $250 to try out a personal account is it's not that big of a deal. You could lose that kind of money easily on an eval if you buy like 1 or 2 or 3. So it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to try it out and see if you like it or if you hate it. Because like I've tried personal account before I learned about prop firm, and thankfully I didn't lose my shirt. I think I just made like $1,000 and I stopped. I made $1,000 off of FOMC before I knew what FOMC was. Like I just saw this like sudden crazy movement. I was like, what the hell is this? And then I stopped. He wasn't a trader, but he made some wild claims. So he was successful because what? He sold like a course or something back then, like DVDs maybe. Home DVDs, way to make money in the futures trading. I think prop firms have turned people into over leveraging machines on personal accounts. Yeah. It's a different beast. But I think as long as you're funded, it's the same amount of money that you could have taken out. So I feel like when you're funded, it's like the same thing. Cause like you could argue when I went to live, I had like 10 grand for my balance, right? So sure, it's funded. It's sim. Well, it's not funded or sim funded anymore. It's real money that I could have taken out, but I just chose to lose it in the markets. So that's like real money that I lost. But is it off of my initial investments? No. So in that sense, it's like okay, like it doesn't really hurt me, but it's like opportunity cost, I guess. Bitcoin is getting uglier. Yeah, I don't know why Bitcoin's going down when the market's going up, kind of. I was so stupid with my personal account. Yeah. Like recently, I had this crazy idea that I could do better on personal, but thank God I didn't go through with it. Because, like, if you trade your personal account, that kind of assumes that you know what you're doing. And I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I need more practice. I need more experience. So prop firms are, it's the best way to try things out, lose money, but not go homeless in the process. Do you like direct to funding accounts? I do like it. They have a pretty high bar to get a payout though. So that's kind of a minus, but if you want to skip the headache, then why not? It really depends how big of a day you have on average. Like if you have crazy big days, but still below the consistency rule, then directed funding is the way to go. It's way better than personal because you're putting in about half or about a third of like the drawdown you get, the buying power you get. So you get some leverage there, 2 to 3 times leverage. And as long as you can follow the rules and get to the payout, then I think it's worth it. What do you got? What are you disagreeing about? I think prop firms teach discipline. Yeah. I mean, I think I can have the same discipline when I trade personal. It's just a matter of like, I don't want to lose my initial investment kind of thing. Because that's when you start feeling real bad. Say you have 2K drawdown, but you're risking 250. That's 12.5 risk. That's insane on a personal account. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's why I said the 20 trades. So if you're risking 250, 20 trades would be 5K. Even that would be kind of wild, right? On a personal account, but that's like the risk level where I would be somewhat comfortable with on a personal account. Like if you want to be super conservative, is that still crazy? Yeah. Like you said, maybe you should risk only like 1 or 2%. That is like the average. But I guess, yeah, because of the prop firms that I'm more comfortable risking more. And my level, my line is 20 trades. They're all tools, props, personal indicators, mentorships. Everything is about the driver, not the car. If you approach props with a disciplined process, it's a tool. If you approach it like a gambler, it's really bad. I think it's a good tool to really learn all the ups and downs about trading, you know? You can learn the same lessons on a personal account, but it's going to be way more expensive. And I think you would give up sooner. I agree, but the issue is many people with props don't take a disciplined approach. I think people have people are just impatient about it. They just want quick results, quick money, but it's gonna take you a long time. Some faster than the others. Don't get me wrong, use props to build your personal account, but don't trade it with the same risk. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think even in the most ideal conditions, I would never stop trading props. Like, I would have a personal account on the side with like a decent buffer, but I'm never going to leverage my personal account either. Like, I'm just going to have a set amount, like maybe 1 mini, maybe 2 on a personal account if I have a lot of money in it, and trade that forever. But also use the prop firms to farm out payouts as long as that's going to be alive. And then whatever excess I make, I'm just going to put in VTI and call it a day. Like, I'm never going to trade in a way that I'm like looking at like a six figure day, right? That's like crazy to me. I just don't want to be homeless being able to trade. That's all I want. That's not too much to ask. They full port evals and think they'll switch it up. They'll switch up unfunded. Doesn't work that way. They play the ROI game, but they don't realize it only works if you're consistent in your execution. Yeah. I mean, I'm living that life, you know. You saw inconsistency in my executions, my strategy for the past 3 months, and this is the result of it. So I need to go back to like being consistent, sometimes being stubborn about it. Just like, I'm just going to do it. Do the same thing every day. Basically have the same account. You can't lose more than $2,000. So instead of risking 250, lower the risk to maybe 40 on a personal account. Yeah. Again, like, it's going to be a long time until I get a personal account anyway, so it's not something that I have to decide right away. But you guys are right that you just can't go wrong risking less, honestly. Like the more I do this, it's like you just can't go wrong, man. Just lower your expectations, lower your expectations that you're going to get to the riches trading, and then that kind of lowers your risk, or amount of money that you're willing to risk to get there. That's why I mentioned that once I go back to funded, obviously if I have only one funded account, I'm just going to trade that. But if I ever get two, I'm not going to trade both. I'm just not interested. Prop firm, the leverage only works if you keep most of your profits in there, but starting out, you can't lose more than that drawdown number. I don't know. I'm like kind of, still in progress, work in progress on my thoughts, but I feel like if you're going to trade prop firms, it could make sense for you to just take out the most money out, and then if you happen to blow it up, it is what it is. But obviously you can't do that all throughout all of your accounts. Like if you trade one funded account out of like the 5 that you have, and if you happen to blow that up, it is what it is. You have 4 others that you can trade with, but at least you took a payout before you blew it up, right? I feel like if you think about on the other side of it, like I was someone that was like, okay, I'm gonna build a crazy buffer on this funded account, and in that case I'll never lose the funded account, right? But then I ended up losing it anyway, so it's money down the drain that I could have taken out. Because like I had 10 grand in my live account when I went to topstep, and I just lost it all without taking any payout from it, because I was like, okay, 10 grand, I'll never lose this if I trade with 5 contracts was dumb, but I just thought I would never lose it. I thought I had a crazy amount of buffer. I'm good, right? The Lambo lifestyle is BS for years at least, and dumb. Yeah. I just don't want to be homeless. That's all I want. Like I'm not into cars, I'm not into watches, I'm not into the flashing your wealth. Have you considered dropping size and taking multiple trades a day? One trade a day is kind of hard. I mean, I trade multiple times a day. Like I traded twice today already. One off stream last night. So and like things are different right now because I'm trading evals, right? I'm not trading real money. So I'm just trading like paper money, I guess you could say, until I pass. So it's not a big deal. But once I get to funded, I'm gonna deleverage for sure. Like I'm not gonna trade multiple accounts. Like I'm still gonna scale with multiple accounts, but it's gonna be way more conservative. Have a great day. I'm starting to get money back, so I'm going to lunch. Okay, E-Mini, I'll see you tomorrow. Like I'm only gonna trade 2 funded accounts if I have, let's say, like six total. If I have 6 total funded accounts, I'll trade 2. Like in that sense, so that even if I lose the 2, taking the most payout that I can with those 2, I have 4 others that I can farm. And also, market conditions change, right? So it's kind of dangerous for you to go all in with all of your accounts when things are bad for you, when things are going bad for you. So you lose you lose that initial 2 accounts with market conditions where it doesn't work out for your strategy, and then you move on. You go on to the next month or the next quarter with a fresh set of funded accounts, but hopefully your strategy or the market conditions change enough that your strategy starts working again, and you keep farming it like that. Kind of want to try that out. Because like as soon as you change strategies, that's when you lose, right? So you kind of want to put in consistent strategy, knowing that sometimes it's not going to work in your favor, and that could last a month or 2 months. And that's if that's baked into your strategy, then you don't have to worry about losing over and over because that's part of it. And if you lose the funding account in the process, you already expected that to come, and you don't have to freak out about it and change everything like I did. What was your goal to start pulling out money? 10K was way more than enough, I would think. I mean, I got way too greedy, you know? I didn't have a set number when I wanted to take the money out, but I just thought, if I have 10K, I could make that into 50K. Who knows? Because, like, I was riding off the high of getting into the live account. Like, I was thinking, oh, I must be doing something right, or I know what I'm doing now. Because I got into live account with 10K. So I just got greedy. I over leveraged. I didn't take anything out. I lost all the money. All that good stuff. And like I mentioned earlier, even if you have that 10K buffer and 10K drawdown, it's not really 10K, because as soon as your account size goes down and down and down, you start to freak out. And when I had 5K left, I changed something about my strategy. That was a mistake. And I was down to 2K, and I was like, okay, like there's something seriously wrong. And then you start to doubt yourself. You change something about your strategy, and then you lose it. Is it time to say bye? Yeah, pretty much. Uh, I guess I only took one trade right after or right before market open. No W's on the stream. It's kind of crazy, but we'll try again tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys tomorrow, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.